This is an exclusive excerpt from the Stuph File program with Peter Anthony Holder.
John Vamvas and Olga Montes are the authors of the horror novel Wherewolves. The novel is based on the screenplay that they also wrote. John and Olga join us right now via Skype to Skype Communications to talk about Wherewolves. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Thanks for being on the program with us. Right off the bat, I want to ask, I want to bring up the point. Werewolves is spelled differently. There's an H in there. It's W-H-E-R-E, wolves. What's the meaning of the title?
Well, you'd have to read it to understand it, and once you read it, then you'll see that the title really makes sense. It's deliberate, obviously, and
we'd be giving it away if we told you.
Fair enough. Understand. So this is, as I said in the introduction, a book that is based on the screenplay that you've written. So is that a different writing muscle for the two of you to go from screenplay to book with the same subject matter?
Absolutely.
Big time.
It was the first time we had ever written a novel. We'd written plays, shorts, feature films, and
short films.
And just writing a novel, we just saw that screenplays are really just like a skeleton to a story. And so now we had to fatten it up. We had no idea what even...
Which was fun because we got to describe and tell the story the way we want to tell it. And it was really incredible.
And not just that, we got to think about what these characters look like and their tics and everything. Because as a screenwriter, you just leave it as blank, as neutral as possible, so that the actor can have something to play with and come
the director
and come up with their own idea and their own interpretation and their own tics and their own way of talking, walking, and everything that will make the character their own. And so, as writing the novel now, we had to give all that, and that was a lot of fun because we got to almost like act them all out and feel them out, and that was really something.
Since it is written from a screenplay, I've got to ask about the film. When will that be coming out?
Well,
it's with our agent, and we have an agent, Whit Brantley, in Aiken, South Carolina, and he's trying to move it, so it's not coming out yet. We're just trying to get it out.
It had been once we wrote it in 2010, it was in pre-production for about a year and a half, and then things just fell apart. And so that's when we decided to write the novel.
The novel while we waited for somebody to pick up the film script. So now we have the novel. Our literary agent, he's trying to also get the graphic novel out of this. And in the meanwhile, he asked us to write a sequel. So we're working on Wherewolves 2, T-O-O. And we'll see, we're like a third way or halfway through that.
Excellent. So we should mention that you two guys, you've been together for years and you've written together for years. So
almost 23 years.
Congratulations. So on being collaborators, as I said, it's a different muscle going from screenwriting to doing the book. What about just meshing two writing styles together? Do you have the same, or at least when you started, did you have the same writing styles? And was there a difficult period to mesh together as you started writing, or was it instantaneous?
No, it always clicked. We met on stage, acting on stage. And it always just clicked. It was just like it was yin and yang, and we just really balanced each other out. And once we started writing, we had only started writing because we would tour plays like all over Canada and the United States, and we had been looking for a two-hander to tour, and we couldn't find one that suited our energy.
So we called the writer that we had just met, and we asked him if he had another one. And he said, no. He goes, well, why don't you write your own? I said, I can't write. He goes, yeah, just try it. And well, we started writing, and here we are now.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Wherewolves. I know you can't tell us why the title is the way it is, but tell us about the story itself. As I said, it's a horror novel. So can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, yes, it's a horror novel, but it's so much more. It's fast. It's slick. There's a lot of social commentary in there.
It's about bullying. It's about bullying, big time about bullying, but we're telling it through, I won't say a fun way, but an entertaining way where everybody is going to watch it. Because if you write something just about bullying, it's only the people that are really interested in these types of stories are going to read it. But if you write a story that's horror, action, entertaining, the whole message will hit you in the back of the head after you read it.
Werewolves are very popular in popular culture these days, and they've been around for a long time. But the one thing that they always seem to have in common, no matter when they're written, and I find it interesting you mentioned bullying in this particular case, is that they're always a metaphor for somebody who is basically an outsider or somebody who's played upon. Would you agree with that?
Yes. And the thing is that these are the kinds of people we find in everyday society all the time. They're all around us. They're in our high schools, in our workplace, and all over our environment. And so it's nothing new or nothing different that we're writing about. We're taking real situations and we're just playing them and stretching them and making them fun and horrifying and astonishing, and we're kind of hitting you with things.
Yeah, but there's a message, but we're not putting it in your face. We're just putting it in the story. There's an opening quote of talking about bullying and werewolves. And Olga will read you the opening quote. It's small.
It's one of the characters says this in the novel. What is a monster? Something that grows hair all over and howls? Could be, but the real monster is within. And when it comes out, it's as fugly as you see it, or as it lets you see it.
Wow.
So that's basically what the story's about.
So do either one of you have a monster within?
Oh, we all have monsters within. I'm from Côte-de-Neige, man. I grew up on Barclay Street. Trust me, there's a monster in there.
And Olga, you originally are from Spain. So how did you two meet?
I was actually I wasn't there, but I was producing a play at the Centaur Theater called The Hatful of Rain, and I was also directing it and starring in it. And we had auditions, and Olga showed up the auditions. I wasn't even there, and they told me, "Oh, you're gonna like this girl," and boy, did I like her. 23 years later, almost.
Now people are always weary about acting, directing, romances. Were either one of you? I
had a kissing scene with her, and I was scared to kiss her because I thought she was going to think I'm a creepy director.
But we only started dating after the play.
Yeah.
Like once the play was over, like before that we were just friends and rehearsing and for months, and then after the play was like almost over, then we went out to dinner, and that was that.
And you guys have 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 kids, Achilles and Daphne.
And how old are they?
Achilles is 7 and Daphne just turned 13.
And are either one of them following in their parents' footsteps?
Right now, Achilles is.
Yeah, Achilles, he's 7. He started going to his first auditions about a month ago, and he's a drummer also. And so he's been drumming for about a year, and he's pretty good for a 7-year-old. And so he drums and he acts now. But Daphne's on it. Daphne's into editing, actually. She likes to edit.
And One Direction.
Of course.
One Direction.
One Direction. So
I catch those guys.
Getting back to Wherewolves, with the book now out, you're saying you're hoping that this book would help to fast track the film itself.
Yeah.
Has that helped? Has that changed? Do you see a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for the film?
A little bit. We've gotten extremely positive reviews. If you go on our website, werewolvesblog.com, there you'll be able to read the first 2 chapters and see if you like it. You'll be able to read reviews that we've gotten and get a lot more information about a lot of other things.
And about us.
And so at least it has. The story has been getting out there. It helped us get a literary agent. It helped us. There was a lot of push from people who had read it, who asked us, please, there has to be a part 2. There has to be. And we hadn't even considered it, but people really, really asked for it. And so, yeah, that's positive. And also our literary agent wants a graphic novel out of this because there is so much interest. And hopefully this script will get picked up. It's just so hard to get a movie done because it's not just one person or 10 people. It's so many people that are on board, directors, producers, and actors, and art direction.
And big money.
Yeah.
It's a big production. It's not a small film.
Yep.
Couldn't shoot this here in Canada itself. It would be way over $5 million, and that's low budget in the States.
And it's about high school kids. So there are 18 kid roles, and there are 18 of them. We don't just put like 5 main ones and the rest don't speak. There are 18 kids who speak and are all in the same class.
Now, you had a goal, an idea, an ulterior motive when writing this book to help spearhead getting the film made. But besides that, the byproduct is, as you've now discovered, the book is successful and it's taking on a life of its own. Did that part surprise you?
Great, yeah. I think what surprised us the most was that we really enjoyed novel writing. It's just it's a completely different way of writing. It's a completely different way of thinking about writing, and that was really nice. And it's a lot of fun.
Our editor was really, she was a real big help to turn this into a novel, a real novel.
She's a Canadian award-winning author, poet, Shelley Liddell. She's from Saskatoon, and she lives in Edmonton.
She has seen us on stage, and she has seen our work, our plays that we've written. And she got interested right away. She read it, and thank God she did. She helped us a lot. Trust me.
Yeah.
So how does one get their hands on the book? I know that you have the blog site, which is wherewolvestheblog.com, and it's WHERE again, wherewolvestheblog.com. How does one get the book?
On Amazon. You can go on Amazon Canada, United States, Japan, Spain, any Amazon all over the world. And you can find it. It's on iTunes or the iStore. I guess the iStore, it's on Barnes & Noble, Kobo, anywhere where you could buy an ebook.
Or meet me in any corner. I'll get you a copy for sure. I'll order one for you.
So the e-copy is available anywhere in the world, and the hard copy is available Canada and the United States. I think somebody ordered it from Portugal, sent us a Facebook, and they said, "Oh, we just got this in the mail. It only took 8 days." They ordered it from Amazon UK.
Excellent.
And they got the novel, the hardback.
Well, congratulations on what you guys have been up to, and thanks for being on the program.
Thank
you for having us.
John Vamvas and Olga Montes, authors of Wherewolves. You can go to my website at thestuffile.com, go to the What's On page for this show, which is show number 0278, and you'll find links to their website and also links to Amazon.com, where you can order the book directly.
You've just heard an exclusive excerpt from the Stuff File program with Peter Anthony Holder. To hear any or all of the full hour-long shows, visit thestuffile.com. Stuff is spelled S-T-U-P-H. That's thestuffile.com. A presentation of Flying Fish Communications.